Hi, I'm Scott, Machine Gun Dad. Welcome back to my channel. I have a lot of different guns, but one of the guns that is very popular in the United States I've never had was a Ruger Mini-14. I'm not a Ruger fan. I don't like their politics. But the Mini-14 has been around long, and I've shot many of them, from the old school to the new school to the Mini-30, that I always thought I should have one. So a friend of mine was kind enough that we're going to work a deal on this Mini-14 right here. It's an early one, so it's not slotted for a scope. It even has the old school aftermarket, the hole that you would screw a scope mount on, but the angle of the ejection is more straight up, so you got to have the right kind of scope for it to even work. So I'm probably not going to mount a scope. It has the old school sights. As you can see, it's blued. It's in pretty good shape. So I was thinking, what advice would I give you on buying a Mini-14? Well, first of all, if you're a collector and you want a different variants of American firearms, yeah, of course get a Mini-14. But if you're a shooter and you want to get a second semi-automatic rifle or a third or a fourth, and you're in a gun store and there's a used Mini-14, and in this case this is the Bill Clinton approved Bushy, a used name brand AR-15, a Bushmaster, a DPMS, a Colt, or an FN or whatever, which one wouldn't I recommend you buy? Well, I'll run over real quickly. If I burn the barrel out on a Ruger, I've got to send it back to Ruger to be fixed. I burn the barrel out on this, I unscrew it, screw in a new one. If parts, readily available. Parts, one source. Cost, these are relatively expensive. You could probably pick up like a Bushmaster or a DPMS plain Jane AR for less money than the Mini-14. Magazines, well, that's a big thing. Magazines, they're all kinds. Besides the military ones, they're all kinds. For the Ruger, the only ones that really work are the Ruger magazines. I have several aftermarket magazines that work, but they barely click in. Once they're in, they run fine, but they drag and they're not an easy thing to install. Also, I'm going to reach over here. 20-round Ruger magazine. Ruger uses something similar to the M14 where they have a hole in the front, so you have to click and tilt. Well, that looks real easy. It's because the bolt's locked open and the gun's empty. Also, when they come out, they have a tendency to drag. AR-15, push a button, the magazine drops out. So, what about shootability? Well, I can't argue with the fact, having grown up shooting 10/22s and stuff like this, that this gun comes up very nice. However, it's a single blade front sight versus a single blade front sight on this model versus a protected front sight on an AR. Sights are easy to adjust on both. What would I do if I had the money? If you didn't absolutely need to want to fill out your collection, buy another AR-15. Don't buy the Ruger. If you want to fill the collection out, the Ruger isn't a bad rifle. Just understand that everything that you buy for the Ruger is probably going to cost twice as much as it's going to cost for an AR-15, especially magazines. All right, I'm going to take it out on the range. I'm going to show you what it does. We're going to do a little reloading drill to see how poorly I can reload these rifles. I will see you out on the range. All right, we're going to do the Mini-14. We're going to do 10 rounds out of a magazine, and then I'm going to load a magazine with 2 rounds if it doesn't fall down in my pocket. We'll see how fast the reload goes. We're not going to go for speed on shooting, just on the reload. See how easy it is to reload versus the AR-15. Yeah, not the best reload, but I'm not the best at the Mini-14. All right, well, let's see how the AR-15 does. All right, we're going to try the same drill with the AR-15. You may recognize this as the Bill Clinton approved AR. I put a cheap Chinese scope on it. Again, since the mags are in my pocket, you can't count mag reloading from time from the pocket, just in the gun. All right, let's do 10. I think you can see from even my crummy reloading skills, AR-15 is way better on a reload. Thanks again.